In today's theory, I'm going to show you the final pieces of lore in IEYTD3 through the final secret website hidden by Shell Games, which I believe not only help us solve this game's lore, but also the next ones. Over the past month, I have dedicated myself to solving this game and making compelling theories that help you understand the game too. And I think as a community, we have successfully solved IEYTD3 up until this point. That is why today is my final IEYTD3 theory. Just to make it clear, it is not my final video by far, and it is not my final IEYTD theory. So without further ado, agents, enjoy. Hello agents, I'm the Agent of Lore, and welcome. Here we are on our 5th theory of the channel, and I think we have covered every aspect and every question of this game. However, one thing we just haven't put together yet is what we should be expecting in the next installment of this game. We have theorized as a community that we could be up against the Phantom, and it's a pretty common theory, and I hope it still stays true. However, recently in an interview with Jared Mason, the lead narrative director and also the voice of the handler, he mentioned that he did not want to end this series anytime soon, and he planned on keeping this series going for a while, which surprised me because I always thought that this series would be a shorter series, maybe ending at 5, and the whole main goal being to take down Zor. I still believe we are taking down Zor and that is our main goal. However, I think the road to successfully taking down Zor is a bit longer than we all originally thought. So with that in mind, I would like to show you the final secret website that Shell Games has hidden for us. And I think that it may answer this very question. One thing I do want to clear up is a mistake I made on my last theory. In my last theory, I showed you a secret website called the Read All Over Files, and I pointed to the secret link hidden under the image portrait. However, this link is actually to another secret website, the secret website we will be looking at today. The Read All Over Files, which is the website I have already covered, is actually hidden in the first announcement trailer for IEYTD3. If you pause at this timestamp, you can actually see a secret QR code hidden. That QR code will take you to that page where you can follow along and find those secret images. So the secret website I'm talking about today is the actual one from that secret link under the image. When you enter this link, you are taken to a message by Sean in HR. Sean requests that you sort out some files for him, and in return, he will be more likely to accept our vacation request. Once you open the link, then enter the secret passcode that I will have linked in the description to make it easier for you. You are taken to the Sean Desk files, which have 8 files, but only 6 are really important to us. Each of the files is a report on a villain that we have encountered. The Fabricator, Solaris, Hivemind, Dr. Roxana Prism, John Juniper, and of course, Zor. The first thing that we should know is, as I mentioned in my last theory, John Juniper is dead. A few people have mentioned that there is potential that he could come back, and I do agree, but from a narrative standpoint, I just don't think that they will bring him back. The second thing to note is that Zor's paper is just completely empty, and that's because we don't know a lot about them. However, the one thing that is filled in that is really important is their favorite color is gold, which I did make a connection in my past theory, showing that the golden gloves could be a connection to Zor. And the final point I want to bring out is Dr. Roxana Prism. We now know her as someone that's an ally, because these reports were filled in prior to the events of IEYTD3, so she no longer is considered really a villain to us. But one really important thing that you can note on the paper is that her date of birth year is actually on the paper. This is really important because the year that all of this takes place is very secret. It's something Shell Games isn't open to sharing. However, we now know that Dr. Roxana Prism is born in 1927. So we know if this game takes place around 1968 to 1978, which is the rough ballpark that we've put together, it means that Dr. Roxana Prism is around 40 to 50 years of age. So now here we are left with 3 people, 3 villains that we have encountered before. Hivemind, Solaris, and the Fabricator. Something to note with Hivemind is they just created the Zornets, and we've encountered them in IEYTD2 and Home Sweet Home. I just don't see them as being a main villain, so I don't think that they're a villain that will be a main villain for a future game. There is potential that they could use Hivemind, but I don't know if they would. That leaves us with 2 villains, and the 2 villains that I believe are going to be main villains for our next games, Solaris and the Fabricator. These 2 characters have played a critical part in this series. Solaris, along with the help of the Fabricator, constructed one of the deadliest weapons that we took down, the Death Engine. And the Fabricator is one of the most genius evil designers at Zor's disposal. Along with helping Solaris and others create some of the deadliest weapons, she has also created some deadly weapons herself. The the car that we play in I Expect You to Die 1, but most importantly, the mimic mask that John Juniper uses in I Expect You to Die 2. We also know that she does make some deadly watches from the first poster in the first secret website. I think that these two villains have still a lot in them, and I think that they both have potential as being a main villain that we have to successfully take down in the future games. So whilst the road to the end of I Expect You to Die seems a bit longer than we all anticipated, I am really excited to see what Shell Games has in store for us. If the next sequels are anything like the past games that we've played, I'm really excited. I definitely think that along the road we are also going to see and learn more about the Phantom and see their backstory and how they play a role with Saul. I just want to take a moment to look back and just see how far we've come. 5 theories later, and we've successfully answered most of the burning questions that we've had after this game. I just want to thank you all so much for the support I've been receiving on the channel. I never expected to receive this much support on the channel, and we are continually growing. A week and a half ago, I thanked you guys for 300 subscribers. Last week, I thanked you for 400 subscribers, and this morning we just hit 500 subscribers. The growth of the channel has just been amazing, and it's something I haven't expected. As I mentioned before, this is my last I Expect You to Die 3 theory, but not my last I Expect You to Die theory. I'm gonna cover it as soon as I Expect You to Die 4 comes out. I will be all over it, don't worry. And in the meantime, I'm gonna be covering some of your favorite VR games and regular games and trying to play and find lore in them and create theories on it. I'm really excited to show you what I've got in store for the next few months. So if you have any recommendations for VR games and regular games that you'd like me to play and also find some lore in, make sure to comment them down below. I'm always reading through the comments, and I really appreciate all the amazing comments that I've been receiving on the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the Agent family, make sure you subscribe so that my next theories come up on your feed. Thank you so much, Agents. I'm the Agent of Lore, and I'll see you soon.
Who's right and who pays for the sin. No backing down, no giving up, no more accepting just good enough. I have a world to make, unbreakable rules to break. I'll build a castle, I'm the queen. You're just a cog in my machine. You're the best of the best. Well, let's see if it's true.